Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to the great Rally of Hope that's being watched worldwide by a virtual audience of over 1.5 million people. It started in the early morning hours today. That was at 10 o'clock in the morning of Korea, and the Rally of Hope continues to bring inspiration and a new vision of peace to people all over the world. There is a saying, hope springs eternal in the human breast. But these days, it's been a bit tough, especially, of course, with the COVID-19 crisis, the economic difficulties that that's bringing to so many people, crises of health, conflicts, and more. And the founder of the Rally of Hope, the Mother of Peace, Dr. Hak Ja Han Moon, has been spending a lot of time in prayer. And she had the idea that the world needs hope. We're at a turning point where things could go very bad or they could become very good. It all depends on how we respond and whether we're able to love each other and support each other. Now, last night, as I was watching the rally from Korea, I recognized that there is a possibility of change. It was extraordinary to see leading statesmen from around the world, the former Secretary General of the United Nations, Ban Ki-moon, a fellow compatriot of Mother Moon, the presidents of several nations in Africa, and prime ministers from around the world. You know, when such people get together and make a commitment beyond their positions, but as true human beings, I think we have new hope. Well, I am the coordinator of the Rally Hope in Europe. My name is Michael Balcom, and I will be your MC this afternoon. Let's go over to my good friend, Dr. Katsumi Otsuka. He's the chair of UPF in Europe, to hear a message of introduction and welcome.
Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to this program to share the highlight of today's online event called Rally of Hope to advance the firm establishment of heavenly unified world. It was my biggest surprise that more than 1 million people of the world participated in this online event to hear the message of peace from UPF founder Dr. Hak Ja Han Moon. Although the entire world is covered by the various difficulties caused by COVID-19 pandemic, Mother Moon brought us a shining hope for world peace and development in this Rally of Hope. I'm sure that you can enjoy the digested version of the Rally of Hope event of this morning. I'm very grateful to be together with you in this afternoon program connecting online. Thank you very much again for your participation.
Thank you very much, Dr. Otsuka. We've also had so many messages of encouragement and commitment from our friends all over the world, from our ambassadors for peace, statesmen, political, religious, and civic, and youth. Let's hear from some of them.
Dear Mother Moon, Mother of Peace, I cordially greet you from suffering Lebanon and ruined Beirut. In this tragic time that our country is going through, there is a great need to keep hope for a better life and a prosperous future. Let us not lose hope. Let us continue to work to establish a lasting peace with real human values. God bless you all.
Peace and stability are the precondition for personal freedom and safety, for security and prosperity. And therefore, I want to thank Dr. Hak Ja Han Moon for her initiative, a great initiative for global hope. Together, we can overcome the challenges. Together, we will succeed.
Congratulations to the Universal Peace Federation and its co-founder, Mother Moon, for this amazing Rally of Hope. We will carry and implement your message of peace and harmony among all people as one family under God.
Representing the Women's Federation for World Peace in Europe and the Middle East, and a network of women leaders throughout our region, we want you to know how much we value your model of feminine strength and leadership. We will bring your message with us in our work and in our advocacy.
I'm very grateful the way you are leading the work of the Peace Federation and of your organization all over the world as interfaith activities, and people from all over the world came for that interfaith conference in New York, which I was also invited and was part of it. It was excellent.
I believe the Rally of Hope will unite all mankind under one God and one family of humanity. Dear Mother Moon, may Allah bless you, grant you long life, happiness, success to you and your beautiful family.
We are so privileged to attend the Rally of Hope from Tirana in Albania. This incredible rally will shape a future of tolerance, love and cooperation, and will serve to break down barriers between ethnic groups and religions to overcome past resentments in Balkan Peninsula. You are our hope lifter, true mother. Thank you!
Thank you so much, everybody. Well, let's take a moment to relax with the world-famous Little Angels of Peace. Now we present several congratulatory addresses that were delivered by Reverend Paula White, the Special Advisor to the White House, Religious Advisor, Ban Ki-moon, the Prime Minister Hun Sen of Cambodia, former US Speaker of the House Newt Gingrich, and the President of Senegal, His Excellency Macky Sall.
Thank you for the privilege of sharing with you today at this amazing Rally of Hope. I'm honored to stand before such distinguished men and women. Mother Moon, I respect and honor you for your perseverance, for being a forerunner nationally and globally, for dedicating your life to establishing international peace and goodwill, and for being a true lover of humanity. You have demonstrated that working with all people, no matter their color, creed, age, social class, or background, is necessary and possible if all people adapt in their hearts love for the whole world based on living for the sake of others as you do. Thank you. Our current world situation with COVID-19 is a great trial, but if we turn to God, we will overcome and prosper. It is vital that we are respectful and cooperate among all nations. This is crucial. Holy Spirit, teach us how to respectfully come and the power of cooperation and agreement to harmonize together, to make a symphony about all that we face as humans in our individual nations. May we bear with one another and make allowances out of love, which comes from you, God. We are eager and strive earnestly to guard and keep the harmony and oneness produced by the Spirit and the binding power of peace. May we commit according to the power of God that works in us to unite in spirit, sympathizing with one another, loving each other as brethren, as family, compassionate and courteous, tender-hearted, and humble-minded.
It's my great honor and privilege to share a few words with you on this historic occasion of the Rally of Hope to support the heavenly unified Korea through interdependence, mutual prosperity, and universal values. Furthermore, I'd like to offer heartfelt words of gratitude to Dr. Hakja Han-moon for organizing this precious gathering. For the past 7 years, Dr. Moon has devoted ceaseless efforts to bring together stakeholders from all realms of society to seek innovative ways to build a world of peace and to support peaceful reunification on the Korean Peninsula. Her sincere efforts aimed at furthering the cause of peace have led to successful hosting of the World Summit 2020 last February and have given much support for the declaration at the Asia-Pacific Union. I believe this meaningful gathering will also serve as a platform that lays foundation for Korea to turn itself into an innovative and inclusive nation, as well as an economic peace community on the Korean Peninsula, thereby being prepared for the next century. COVID-19 has indeed become a great threat to humanity. In the wake of this crisis, we have seen the intensification of unsettling trends. I'll mention 4 of them, all of which are interrelated. First is a growing tension between the United States and China, which some call a new Cold War. This trend has and will have global implications, but nowhere more profoundly than here in Asia. Second, nationalism and protectionism are on the rise, resulting in countries to shift away from multilateralism and international cooperation. Third, there remains the imminent threat of climate change, undermining health and security of humanity on many fronts. If we fail to unite as one world community, our very existence will be threatened. Fourth, there is a crisis in values, ethics, and social capital that underpin good governance and stable societies. Excellencies, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, governments alone cannot address the challenges of our time, not to mention COVID-19. The role of NGOs is very important. If we are to achieve our goals, such as the Sustainable Development Goals, SDGs, there should be a broad set of partnership forged particularly between government and civil society. Building partnership across a wide range of sectors is imperative if we are to build a better world. In this respect, I highly applaud the work initiated by Dr. Hakja Han-moon for setting I believe that the Universal Peace Federation and its a broad set of partnerships in the realms of politics, religion, academia, media, economy, arts, women and youth serve as a good model. I believe the Universal Peace Federation will become a cornerstone to build lasting peace around the world and the heavenly unified Korea based on interdependence, mutual prosperity, and universal values.
Today, I have a great honor and pleasure to address Your Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, at the virtual summit on Rally of Hope, organized by the Universal Peace Federation. The theme, Rebuilding and Renewing Our Nations in the Post-COVID-19 World. Interdependence, mutual prosperity, and universal values is especially important and vital at a time when all nations around the world are struggling to fight COVID-19. In this spirit, allow me to share some views as follows. Firstly, the spread of COVID-19 pandemic has posed unprecedented challenges to our public health security. Secondly, we must avoid racism and the blame game, which lead to disunity. Therefore, building and maintaining peace and security is a must, and it should be given the highest priority of each country. Peace cannot be attained by chance. We must promote mutual love, mutual respect, and the value of humanity. We must coexist peacefully and harmoniously, and respect the diversity of faiths, religions, and cultures within and between societies.
So I think this meeting that you're now engaged in is an important step, frankly, at a time when the world's very troubled. Between COVID, the economic difficulties, all the things we're seeing, we need more effort to follow the path of Reverend Moon, to recognize that seeking peace, seeking understanding, working together is a key to a successful future. And so I think you taking your time to be involved in this meeting is really important. So when I look at what's going on around the world, I think to myself, this could be the beginning of a long decade or more of difficulties, of feeling really psychologically let down, of depression, of despair, or with the help of people like yourselves, people who are willing to spend their time and their energy providing leadership, offering hope, we could come out of this cycle with a new burst of enthusiasm for a better future. So count me in as an optimist, count me in as somebody who believes that each one of us can make a big difference, and together I think you're going to find that this meeting is one of the building blocks of creating that better future.
As a Sunhak Peace Prize laureate, I am happy to join you for the Universal Peace Federation's Rally of Hope 2020. I would like to first salute the legacy of the esteemed founder of UPF, Reverend Sun Myung Moon, whose centenary we are celebrating this year. I address my affectionate tribute to the Honorable Dr. Hak Jahan Moon, who pursues with such love and generosity UPF's ideal of peace and human brotherhood. To date, COVID-19 has not revealed all of its secrets, and there is still no medicine or vaccine to fight it. In the face of so many challenges and uncertainties, faith, confidence in science, and the resolve to act together will help us maintain hope, overcome trials, and overcome our common vulnerabilities. We need to act together, because just as the virus has circled the planet in a few months, it will remain a threat to everyone, as long as it continues to be active somewhere in the world. Self-centeredness is not an option if we are to bring victory. Rather, we need to work in solidarity and human fraternity, as UPF has always done. This is what prompted me, on May 14th, to co-sign the international appeal so that the future vaccine for COVID-19 is a common good, free and accessible to all countries. In the same spirit, I salute and support the Rally of Hope 2020, which brings us together so that the post-COVID-19 world will be a better place for everyone.
Thank you, everyone. Now, before we come to the founder's address, let's enjoy a little more of the entertainment from last night's augmented reality program. Now, it's my special pleasure to introduce you to Dr. Hak Jahan Moon, our founder, known affectionately across the world as the Mother of Peace. She has a bold vision of the whole world as one human family under the loving care of God, who is the Heavenly Parent. And she's going to talk about the importance of creating a heavenly community, a holy community, where race, religion, politics, and nationality no longer divide us, because we recognize that we are one family under God. Ladies and gentlemen, let me invite you to offer a virtual big round of applause for the true Mother of Peace, Dr. Hak Jahan Moon.
Respected heads of states, prime ministers, and high office holders, respected religious leaders, excellencies, and dignitaries from around the world, in particular at a time when various challenges are facing today's world, heads of state who are working tremendously to take care of the health and well-being of citizens around the world. And this challenging time, our wish remains the same: through interdependence, mutual prosperity, and universal values. We wish to realize one family of humanity under the Heavenly Parent. This remains our earnest desire. However, when we look at human history, until now, human history has been a sad one of continuous conflict. Even now around the world, conflicts are happening everywhere. Why is it that at this time it is difficult to see a future filled with hope? Originally, the Creator had a dream. Heavenly Parent wished to realize the ideal of the kingdom of heaven on earth together with His beloved children. However, due to the unexpected fall of the first human ancestors, today's world is remembered to be one of continuous conflict. However, when we look at nature, nature moves according to the principles which God created, the principles of creation. Today, we come to the realization that due to the human fall, countless calamities have befallen humanity, and fallen humanity cannot have the original relationship with the Creator. The Creator cannot change the principles with which He created heaven and earth, and that is why Heavenly Parent has had to walk the long and arduous path of the history of restoration through indemnity. How arduous must have this path been? Until now, countless ages of humanity have failed to recognize God as the Heavenly Parent and failed in the filial duty as God's children. But now the true parents have emerged. A new history has begun through the marriage blessing, where fallen human beings can return to God's bosom as God's beloved children. That is the essence of the blessing movement. We speak of interdependence, mutual prosperity, and universal values. The realization of a unified community of humanity under the Heavenly Parent. As long as Heavenly Parent remains the center of any community or family or society, all problems can be solved. However, in today's world, we can see that nationalism, selfishness are rampant. These are characteristics that are far from heaven's wish. Our earthly life is limited. How can we live a heavenly life while on this earth? The primary duty is to lead heavenly lives on this earth in preparation to the eternal life in the spirit world. At this moment, an incredible number of casualties has been arising because of COVID-19 and due to natural calamities and also floods. Incredible numbers of casualties and also displaced civilians has occurred. What do you think when you see these terrible calamities? heaven. God, the Creator, is love. God is our parent. The parent cannot see the children dying and suffering. As a parent, how painful must God's heart be to see His beloved children suffer? We, from this moment, let us really repent on our knees for our shortcomings and really render glory unto heaven. It is only when we attend Heavenly Parent that the issue of North-South reunification, that a true unified Korea can be realized. Before heaven, let us become filial sons and daughters. Let us become patriots of heaven, of the heavenly nation. May Korea become a nation of virtue that can stand as a beacon of attendance to Heavenly Parent before the world. May Korea become the citizen that show the citizens of the world and the nations of the world how to attend Heavenly Parent in our daily lives. I hope that this opportunity may be the starting point of this movement. I send my greetings and blessings to all of you. Thank you very much. Let us give another big round of applause to our beloved true mother, Dr. Hak Ja-han Moon, for her precious message. Today, Dr. Hak Ja-han Moon, True Mother, has given us a special message centering on realizing a unified world of peace, centering on the values of interdependence, mutual prosperity, and universal values. It is by attending Heavenly Parent as our parent that we can indeed realize a heavenly unified world.
Thank you, True Mother. We were only able to show a few highlights, so I encourage you to visit our website and see the full versions of Mother Moon and all of our illustrious speakers. Well, let's hear from more of our UPF friends, and they'll be followed by some more of the rally speakers, former President Alfred Moisiu of Albania, and 3 eminent former Prime Ministers, Mirek Topolánek from the Czech Republic, Yusuf Giuliani of Pakistan, and Stephen Harper of Canada.
Who cannot support a rally of hope in today's world disrupted by a global pandemic? I can only support the extraordinary work of Mother Moon and of Reverend Moon and their rally of hope to bring peace, health, love and justice in the world that needs it so much at the present time.
Radost mi je što se mogu pridružiti brojnim svjetskim liderima i izraziti svoje najiskrenije čestitke i pozdravi Majci Moon, Majci mira, na ovoj inicijativi da prenese božanske poruke nade za stvaranje svijeta, pravde, ljubavi i mira.
And I'm so glad to say thank you to Mother Moon and all UPF members for the Rally of Hope. Millions of people, because we believe in peace, we are all part of one human race and we can make a better world for the future.
Congratulations to Mother Moon and to UPF for organizing the Rally of Hope. Things are going to get better. Peace is a natural need and non-negotiable. We shall get there.
I know that together with me there are so many brothers and sisters of different faiths, maybe different opinions, but we all share the one thing in common, and that is hope for a better world. So congratulations. Bye. Bye.
Contemporary societies really need such kind of actions. And I'm absolutely sure that this rally will bring for thousands of people many new and inspirational ideas, which will be able to change only in positive meaning our souls, our families, our societies and the entire world.
Hello everyone, greetings from Manchester. I hope that you're all enjoying the rally as much as I am. It's amazing that we can all be connected from all over the world to listen to a message of hope, mutual prosperity, and universal values.
I would like to emphasize this point. Balkan Peninsula can be the treasure of Europe. Historically, it has been a confrontation, a land of civilization, religions, cultures, and ideologies. It has been a confrontation lies between East and West. But it can be a bridge, and to know where there is a lot of potential. On the space, the Western Peace Federation is to be appreciated and applauded for its unchanging and steadfast efforts to support the peace process in the Balkans and India. As ambassadors of peace, we work hard to bring forward the negotiation process. However, in order for all of us to be behind the legacy of peace and cooperation for future generations, all parties should work together, including governments, academicians, youth. Thank you, and once again, for allowing me for this important event and talk with you. Thank you very much.
The world after the coronavirus crisis might be different, but what will be different? Everyone has a various idea. In my opinion, we don't need to rearrange or restart the world. We need to restore it. We need to restore our advantages, which helped us to make the post-war Europe into a better place for life and can make the whole planet a better place for life if we hold on to them. I'm talking about peace and prosperity, the fundamental goals of the former European coal and steel community. I mean values able to protect our freedom. The coronavirus destruction can't be equal to the destruction of the Second World War. We are much stronger, richer, and have bigger capacities than our ancestors in the 50s. But I feel that in comparison to them, we lack faith, will, self-confidence, and the ability to distinguish between the substantial and the unsubstantial. Nevertheless, I hope that we are still able to walk toward the goal of peace and prosperity worldwide. There is no restoration without preservation. Let's preserve the good from the past, let's avoid well-known mistakes, and we will not lose the future.
I am thankful to Her Excellency, co-founder of Universal Peace Federation, UPF, Mother Moon, for her unflinching and steadfast commitment to promote peace and harmony. I also speak as a survivor of COVID-19. The experience humbles me for the care that I received, but it also makes me acutely aware of the plight of those who have been less fortunate. The crisis of COVID-19 is an opportunity to reflect upon priorities as leaders and as countries. We have a choice. The choice between polarization, division, hatred, and unity, love and kindness. With unprecedented challenges come unprecedented opportunities. Today, there is an opportunity for the world, particularly the wealthy countries, to stand with countries who do not have the resources to fight this on their own. We have the opportunity to start the journey of founding a world based on brotherhood and empathy. We should seize this opportunity. I am hopeful that we will. Thank you very much.
For the past 2 years, I've been a guest at the World Peace Summit in Seoul, South Korea. What an experience it has been. Perhaps nowhere else in the world is there such a gathering of experienced leaders from government, business, academia, and faith communities, representing the wide array of global nations and making such a broad contribution to global thought on the challenges facing humanity. As all who have attended can attest, it's an experience without parallel. Watch for this. As the worst of the virus passes, which it will, and as the economic downturn lingers, which it will, the political solidarity experienced in many countries during the pandemic will turn to anger over the economy. Anyone in power today will face that anger, and their survival in that position, especially but not exclusively those seeking re-election, will be in severe jeopardy. We saw this after 2008-2009. Few elected leaders survived that economic crisis. And as I say, this one will be worse in its impacts. As we know, at such times, there can be an inclination for leaders and nations to turn to easy but ultimately disastrous solutions: protectionism, socialism, and aggression in international affairs. And that's why it's essential that we understand our interdependence in this world, work together to rebuild our mutual prosperity, and act on shared values rather than zero-sum strategies. It is indeed for precisely these objectives that this Universal Peace Federation Ray of Hope gathering is being broadcast. Now that said, let me just add that it's important we pursue these objectives not simply with our hearts open, but with our eyes open even wider.
Thank you, gentlemen. Well, let's have another song from the Little Angels of Peace, followed by some more sharing from our European and Middle Eastern friends and colleagues.
There comes a time when you hear the certain call, when the world must come together as one. There are people dying, and it's time to lend a hand to life, the greatest scheme of all. We can go on pretending day by day that someone somewhere is to make a change. We are all a part of God's grieving family, and the truth in our love is all we need. We are the world, we are the children, we are the ones who make a brighter day, so let's start giving. There's no choice to making, receiving all life is truly make a better day, just you and me. When you're down and out, there seems no one at all. But if you just believe, there's nowhere we can fall. Let us realize that the change can only come when we stand together as one. We are the world, we are the children, we are the ones who make a brighter day, so let's start giving. There's no choice to making, receiving all the light. It's true to make a better day, just you and me. It's true to make a better day, just you and me. It's true to make a better day, just you and me.
I want to give my best wishes to this global audience and to congratulate both Mother Moon and the Rally of Hope for these messages of interdependence, mutual prosperity and universal values, because they have resonance for everyone wherever they live, for the local community, for our national identity and also internationally.
Wow, this is fantastic. Thank you, Mother Moon, for being the foremost example of forgiving, loving, uniting, and reconciling. We of the Concerned People Initiative will use your example to bring reconciliation amongst God's people. We love you.
1 million Rally for Hope. This is exactly the message of prophets, the message of holy books. All of them call for cooperation, solidarity. You have to participate and to cooperate together for peace, for mercy, for this kind of hope.
Hello, our dear True Mother and everyone from all around the world. I'm very excited about this event, the Rally of Hope, because there is never enough such events that are giving so much light and hope to our lives. So let's enjoy it together and stay hopeful.
Dear participants for the Rally of Hope, today let me share with you a word of Hasidut, of Jewish wisdom. It's the answer to one of the most frequently asked questions in the world. Who are you? Now, who you are is a precious gem. You're a garnet, you're an amethyst, you're a pearl, you're a diamond even. The light of creation shines through you, empowers you, radiates through you.
We live in a hyper-consumer society, so everything comes quickly. Everything has become effortless, instantaneous. We don't know how to wait. And now we're asking God, seeking for His mercy, and we're expecting Him to take care of some of our problems immediately. And when this doesn't happen, we're turning our faces from Him. Don't we know that the Creator has a plan for everybody? Sometimes the difficulty we're going through isn't just better for some of us, but for all of us. But we don't really know how to trust Him.
I and my clergy send all the prayers and blessing for this event. God bless you.
We're coming now to the end of our program. So let's hear about some of the upcoming plans for future rallies of peace from my good friend, Jack Marion. He is the president of the Universal Peace Federation here in Europe and the Middle East. Jack?
Dear Rally of Hope participants, I would like to thank you for attending this highlights program of the Rally of Hope for the firm establishment of a Heavenly Unified World. UPF is the co-sponsor of this event, in particular through the International Summit Council for Peace, which brings together current and former heads of state and government, a few of whom you have heard speaking today. As every speaker has testified, and as founder Dr. Moon has emphasized, we live at a historical time of challenge and opportunity, which must be met with a vision and a sense of responsibility. Accordingly, in the context of the challenging COVID-19 pandemic, but with the vision to build a world based on interdependence, mutual prosperity, and universal values, we plan to hold similar rallies of hope every month between now and the end of the year. Each of these rallies will be co-hosted by one of the associations created under the umbrella of UPF, engaging leaders from different fields in this work of peace building. This coming September, on September 6 precisely, the next Rally of Hope will be co-hosted again by the International Summit Council for Peace and by the International Association of Parliamentarians for Peace. In October, the Rally of Hope will be co-hosted by the Interreligious Association for Peace and Development. In November, the Rally of Hope will be co-hosted by the International Media Association and the International Association for Peace and Economic Development. And in December, the Rally of Hope will be co-hosted by the International Association of Academicians for Peace. We will invite you to attend these worldwide rallies online, and we'll keep you informed of our local activities in the Europe and Middle East region. Thank you again for attending this rally, and I wish you a safe and fruitful time in the remaining month of this year 2020.
In February this year, thousands of prominent experts from 170 nations, including 120 eminent current and former heads of state, attended the 2020 World Summit in Korea. They discussed the realization of a God-centered world that would flourish on interdependence, mutual prosperity, and universal values.
During the 2020 summit, 6 key organizations were founded that focused on a specific area of human endeavor, including religion, politics and government, the media, academia, and the economy. Leaders in these fields could also look beyond their respective fields to contribute their ideas to lasting world peace. On the basis of this success, on May 8 of this year, Dr. Hak Ja-han Moon, called by many as the Mother of Peace, launched Heavenly Parents Holy Community to play a central role in promoting the realization of a heavenly unified world and fostering harmony in this world.
If you'd like to hear more about the work of the Father and Mother of Peace, let me encourage you to go right now to Amazon.com and pick up your copy of True Mother's memoir, Mother of Peace. It's good reading. It shares many of her insights and hopes and visions for a world of peace. And also, this would be the centenary year of Father Moon. He was born in 1920, and we've prepared a beautiful centenary exhibition. You can find it online at thelegacyoflove.org or smm100.org, and we have a great exhibition catalog as well. Thank you, everyone. Remember, the scriptures say, "Blessed are the peacemakers, for they will be known as the children of God." And that's not just for 2,000 years ago, but it's for us today. That's us. When we live and act for peace, we are indeed the sons and daughters of God, which makes us brothers and sisters of one family. So thank you so much for attending. God bless us all, and let us continue the great work for hope and for peace. Thank you.
가자 두둥실 배 띄워 희망을 싣고서 여기는 황포강 돌이 불구나 헤야 헤야 어서 노조라님 찾아가자 아득한 장파말리 님 계신 곳 어디련가 맑은 달빛이 물 위에 춤춘다 고향에 가자 순풍에 도 달고 희망을 싣고서